I'm pretty disappointed. The day started rather on an even canter, and I thought we probably would have a good, transparent, and effective conduct of elections. But as the day wore on, and I saw how things were unfolding, it became clear that the elections were not going to be freely and fairly held. So I'm very disappointed. It's beginning to look like we're having probably the worst election in the history of our country being conducted in Edo State. We saw yesterday certain moves that seem to obviously suggest a blatant attempt to manipulate the results of the elections. You know, many things come up suddenly. You see results being thrown up where the total results are much more than the voters that have been accredited. A great example is a place like Ighodalo'S in Ologbo in Ighodalo'S. The total voters that were accredited for yesterday's election was 156. The results declared gives APC 2,110 and PDP 57. And we have like 50 such units where such results have been thrown up, where we have the total number of votes far outstripping people that came to accredit for the election. That's impossible. If 100 people accredit, then either you have 100 or less voting. It's preposterous. And you know the irony of the whole thing, where all of this happened, APC ended up winning in all of those places. So, we see clear manipulation. And, I've always said this, manipulation cannot happen except there is complicity and connivance by Inec, period. So that's why I say that the way I see the direction of these elections, it's clear that it probably will be the worst elections in the history of Nigeria, the way it's going. If Inec doesn't turn a new leaf, we can't accept injustice. We can't accept injustice. We're peace-loving people in the PDP, the party, my running mate and myself. We're peace-loving people. We're gentlemen. If the elections had been fairly and freely conducted, then we'll take the outcome of the elections. But when you see this crass manipulation, this subversion of the will of the people of Edo State, it's untenable. It's unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. People can't just use what they think are the powers that they have. We truly are powers from God and from the people of Nigeria, and use those powers to subvert, undermine, intimidate, and punish the people of the country. It's not acceptable. And these are the things that are the beginnings of bigger problems for countries. People are not students of history. People don't love their country. They don't even love themselves. They don't even love themselves, because if there is a big problem in all of this, it affects everybody. There's nobody that will say because you are the purveyor of the crime, you will escape. The governor went into the Inec office to demand a meeting with the REC to ask why they'd stopped the collation of the votes. And there was nothing being done. There was nothing being said. And he went in, and after he had finished, he met with the DIG police. And after they finished, he left. It was because of his intervention that INEC issued a statement that they will continue collation at 10 a.m. So there's no such, it's not true. How will they match out a sitting governor from INEC office? Who is the REC compared to a sitting governor? Apart from this so-called powers. If you go to INEC office, you would think it's one of the branch offices of APC, or one of their campaign offices. So it's possible that the APC thugs that were there were saying that, but definitely security officials will say that. And the security officials, in fairness to them, were very courteous. The governor confirmed this. The security officials were there were a number of security officers there that had even worked directly with the governor before. So that didn't come from security officers. That could only have come from the APC thugs. And you see, APC has taken over all of the institutions that govern this electoral process, which is truly sad. As far as the people of Edo State were concerned, they were going through a normal process of electing a new government. And they didn't think they would have to go through all of this hassle to get to the point where they elected a new government. So the people of Edo State are sad. They feel pained. They're worried that their true intentions, wishes, and desires are about to be subverted. But, I know the people of Edo State. They're strong people. They're strong-willed people. They understand political issues. They're very conversant with political ways and processes. And I think the people of Edo State will stand up and speak for themselves as things unfold. But I'm hoping very seriously that Inec will retrace its steps and understand that it cannot be used as cannon fodder by politicians that don't like the people. It's just unbelievable the way the APC has been behaving in the weeks leading up to this election. They're behaving as if they own Inec, as if they own the police. And we are all complicit in allowing all of this to continue happening. And we say we want to run a free, fair, and democratic process. Where in the world does that happen?